Hypnosis is kind of different than NLP. NLP is much broader, I would say, than hypnosis, because NLP contains a lot of the communication kind of skills and a wider scope of techniques. But they've both got a lot of principles that are very similar. Things like every behavior has some kind of payoff attached to it. Okay, so human beings are not, they don't do things randomly. It might seem like they do, but they don't. We do it for a reason. You know, we're like goal orientated, if you will, for want of a better way of putting it. Now, sometimes we know why we do things, and sometimes we don't. And so that principle of every behaviour has some kind of payoff. If you don't know why you're doing it, it's probably an unconscious payoff. Now, NLP can work with unconscious payoffs, but hypnosis works with unconscious payoffs very, very well. It bypasses the conscious mind, this critical, evaluating part of ourselves, and it gets straight in to where the real kind of beliefs and values and thoughts about how the world works and what's right and wrong are, and you change them through the trance process. And NLP kind of does the same if you apply it in that way. So you get practitioners that are very into hypnosis and they use their NLP like hypnosis. And then you get practitioners who are life coaches. Well, people would come for hypnosis, I mean, in England anyway, in the UK, because they know hypnosis more than they know NLP. They are very kind of similar at the core, but you can use NLP in a much less deep way, you know, for things like life coaching or career coaching or something like that. If you're doing career coaching, you're not going to get into somebody's personal history and how they dealt, the strategies they use to get affection as a child. You're not going to go down that route normally, because you're not trained to. You wouldn't know what to do. As an NLP practitioner, you would know, and as a hypnotherapist, you would know. But it might not be appropriate, you know, if that makes sense. Well, hypnosis gets a bad reputation because of stage hypnosis. And, you know, if you don't like stage hypnosis, if you're not the kind of person that wants to go to a stage hypnosis show, get on stage, pretend you're eating an onion, make a fool of yourself, then you probably look at stage hypnosis and go, oh, that's terrible, that's awful, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then you label hypnotherapy with the same, you know, with the same label, and they're two totally different things. One is entertainment, and one is a serious attempt to help somebody think, feel and behave differently through a relationship that you develop over a certain amount of time. So, you know, you're not going to, as a hypnotherapist, get them to walk around the room and do this and that. It just doesn't work like that. But, you know, some people, they just won't ever change their mind about it. You know, I think that all the people I train, I tell them, you know, part of your job is to go out there and change people's perception. Hypnosis is a natural thing that people do. An altered state of consciousness is essential for peak performance. You know, Muhammad Ali didn't get in the boxing ring with a normal state of consciousness. He had a heightened state of consciousness. He was in a trance. You know, he'd slow time down. He could see things coming. Lewis Hamilton zooms around an F1 court in an altered state of consciousness. Altered states of consciousness are essential for peak performance. They allow you to tap in. They allow you to turn off your everyday, normal, limiting, conscious, evaluating mind and access all of your, like, you know, resources that you have. It's a good thing, not a bad thing. And like I say, with people I train, I tell them they have to go and change people's minds.